Hey, what's up? It's Tony. It's Tone's Take, episode number 70! We made it to 70, baby! Hey, let's just get into it real quick. I wanted to talk about people that just keep hurting children, babies, and teens. The first story I want to talk about here is about this woman. What's her name? Well, let me just show her on the screen. I don't know if you've seen her before. You probably haven't. January Neatherlin, she's 32, and she was accused of running an illegal daycare in Bend, Oregon, where she would leave the children unattended so she could go tanning and to do CrossFit. She's been sentenced to 21 years and 4 months in prison, rightfully so. She was sentenced February 11th, in February, to 11 counts of first-degree criminal mistreatment and a count of third-degree assault. Neatherlin was arrested last year after police found 7 children younger than 5 left unattended at her center called Little Giggles. What the frick is wrong with this chick? Authorities say she had forced the children to take melatonin to induce sleep before heading out to work on her self-daycare. Now, this just comes after a story earlier this month about 3 babysitters in the suburbs of Chicago that were giving melatonin-laced gummy bears to children at a daycare to get them to sleep. Why are people doing this to children? I don't understand it, and it scares me because I'm sending our 2 daughters to daycare. Luckily, it's like right across the street. Anyway, she repeatedly administered a sleeping agent to a room full of infants, toddlers, and children and drove off in her car to fulfill her narcissistic needs. There is no room in our society for monsters like this. I would agree, one parent said. According to KTVZ, Judge Wells Ashby highlighted the destruction near Neatherlin's, I can't pronounce her last name, actions caused to families. One family said their daughter suffered a brain injury consistent with shaken baby syndrome while in this lady's care. Other parents said their children were struggling to sleep after this daycare worker fed them the drug. Neatherlin, whatever, had been running the illegal childcare operation for about 4 years, and she also lied to parents about being a registered nurse, but had no such qualifications. So this is a lesson learned for parents, and it's a lesson learned for me and my wife as well, because these people can say whatever they want to say. Unless you see their qualifications written down, stamped, sealed by whatever state authority, do not trust them, because these people are just crooks and they are just out to hurt your children. These are our future, and we're letting these people do this. State records showed the business was investigated twice since 2013 by state child welfare advocates. So why is the state allowing this place to stay open? What did the investigation find? Based on tips provided by a former boyfriend and a former roommate, Bend police watched Neatherlin last March leave the center twice while she was supposed to be watching 7 children, according to the Oregonian. I could continue, but this is just the worst story ever. So I'm glad she's going to jail for a long time. Let's turn our attention here to another story, and unfortunately I don't have pictures of this, and I really don't want to have pictures of this. But recently in Lee County, Virginia, community is in shock after a disturbing animal attack led to the death of an 8-day-old baby girl. How did it happen? According to investigators in Virginia, the newborn was in her bassinet when the family's 3-year-old wolf hybrid dog mauled her. Just sad. By the time deputies had arrived at the family's home, the baby's father had already taken her to the hospital, and hours later, the 8-day-old baby died from injuries. The sheriff, Gary Parsons, said, "I think it's reckless to have a child that small in a room with any type of animal, but that's to be determined by the Commonwealth." That's not to be determined by the Commonwealth. You don't put a baby in the same room as an animal. A cat, dog, especially if it's a wolf hybrid dog, that tells me that it's got some sort of animal instincts that will make it want to attack poor defenseless creatures like a baby. This is crazy. Crazy, people. Like, look, use some common sense. Parsons described the dog as being very large in size. The animal was euthanized on Thursday after the deadly attack. So the animal's dead, and the family lost their 8-day-old baby. I mean, I feel bad for the family, but at the same time, you gotta have some common sense. I don't know how it all happened, but just really sad. Really, really sad. And then this last story. This this crazy chick right here. So we're switching from Virginia over to Texas. A Houston area woman has been sentenced to 35 years in prison for the mistreatment of 7 special needs teenagers found in 2016 locked in a room strewn with human waste. Now, I don't remember hearing of this story, but I'm bringing it up now. Paula Sinclair, which is this crazy chick right here with the uneven eyebrows, age 55, was sentenced Friday after pleading guilty to several counts of causing serious bodily injury to a child. She's going to jail for 35 years, rightfully so, again. And yo, like, I always thought like men were psychopaths. Women, y'all just as crazy. Like, I see y'all as being nurturers, and yet here y'all are like drugging babies and tying them up. I mean, this goes back to that family back in at the beginning of the year that locked up like 17 kids in their house under the most terrible of conditions. So this just reminded me of that. So the teens range from age 14 to 16 years old. Authorities say they were fed 2 daily meals of rice and beans. Rice and beans. And disciplined for things like making too much noise. They were found in filthy conditions. The children were treated for malnourishment, dehydration, bed bugs, and other issues. Investigators say they were only fed twice. One of the children suffers from Down syndrome and was wearing a dirty diaper when he was removed from the house. Sinclair was arrested along with her husband, a 79-year-old man, who is being held at the Fort Bend County Jail. On charges that include aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The children were present in court for the plea, and 3 of them delivered statements to Sinclair after her sentencing. These children are our heroes, Prosecutor Therese Buse said in a statement. They took care of one another as best as they could under absolutely unimaginable circumstances. We all have so much to learn from their amazing spirits. And Sinclair will not be eligible for parole until she has served at least half of her sentence, and I hope even then they keep her crazy behind in jail. Yo, look, people, we got to do a better job. We're not protecting our kids at schools. We're not protecting them in our neighborhoods. We're just not protecting them at all. People can't even protect their own kids against their own pets. Like, yo, what's going on, y'all? What is going on? The children are our future, and we are just like saying whatever. Like, I don't care. What? Come on, we got to do a better job. Oh gosh, I love my 2 daughters with all my heart, and it just pains me to see how other people treat these kids. Yo, we got to do better. Anyway, that's all I got to talk about today is, 2 maniacs and a family that just, I don't know where they were, where their heads were, and letting a Wolfdog near their 8-day-old baby. But that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think about these recent stories. People just not taking care of their kids. People hurting other people's kids in general. Where do you stand on this? Hopefully you agree with me that, this is just crazy. This is crazy. But that's all I got for you all today. Take care. This has been Toast Take episode 70. I'm out.